Were you active how many years?
I did 9 years active duty and then 14 in the reserve after that.
Did you fear being called up for Afghanistan or Iraq?
No, I never feared it. As a matter of fact, after 9/11, I left active duty in 2000 and went in the reserves. And I was in New York City, in Manhattan, pursuing comedy and doing reserve. And 9/11 happened, and my unit was the only reserve unit in Manhattan. So when they closed the bridges and the tunnels on 9/11, and my unit was activated that night on the 11th.
Wow.
So on the morning of I got a call on the night of the 11th saying, put on your utilities and report to ground zero tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We'll meet at such and such address, and then we'll go in there from there. So the next morning, September 12th, I was down at ground zero with my unit. We moved up to it was kind of by a police plaza, one police plaza, and we moved in, and then we worked on the rubble piles. And I moved rubble by hand for 6 days, from the 12th to the 18th, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, just like ants going up a hill, because there were six stories of rubble, and they couldn't bring in heavy machinery because they were afraid of collapsing or cave-ins, and we didn't know if there were people still down there that might be alive. So for the first 6 days, it was still search and rescue. After 6 days, they determined that with the heat and the dehydration, no one would have survived at this point. So at 6 days, they declared it search and recovery, and that's when they brought in the heavy machinery. So we got off the rubble piles, but then I kept working down at one police plaza coordinating military and civil.
How long?
I was down there until September 30th. And then that's when my orders ran out. They just gave, till the end of the month. Then I volunteered to go back on active duty because I was.
And you went back?
I did. I had a pretty high security clearance for my job, and I knew that they were going to be needing people. So I put my hand in the air, and it didn't take long.
Stayed how long?
A year.
All stateside?
No. CENTCOM, Central Command, called me up on November 11th.
Where'd you go?
Mazar-e-Sharif, into the northern Afghanistan. As a matter of fact, I got my orders on November 10th, which is the Marine Corps birthday. I reported to CENTCOM on November 17th, and on November 30th, I was on a plane to Afghanistan. So about 20 days from the time I got my orders in New York till I got to Afghanistan.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now, Monday through Thursday, on demand on Hulu and Aura.tv.